Well, former NFL player and Jack Brewer Foundation CEO Jack Brewer has been on the ground in Florida helping in the recovery effort, and he joins me now. Jack, it's so good to have you here. So you're back in Parkland now, but you were in Arcadia, which is, correct me, about 50 miles inland from the coast, and they thought they were okay, and then the river crested, and that's when it got really disastrous there, correct?
It got bad. Yeah, I just got back about 6 a.m. this morning. A long night of relief work, but these folks were in shock. I mean, can you imagine having a hurricane and thinking you're through it, and then a day later, literally being submerged underwater? I took a tour with Governor DeSantis yesterday, and I have to tell you, I've never seen such devastation. We were literally on a boat over highways with cars we couldn't see, roofs of houses, and trailers, just as you see on your screen, just all spread out across the water. And so this happened fast. And a lot of people, chose to stay, and those that wanted to leave didn't even have the fuel or access to the fuel to be able to get out in time. And so this was an act of God, and we can't question, this decision or that decision. The main thing is trying to help these good folks of Florida recover, because this one hurt.
You have compared this to the time that you spent in Haiti after the devastating earthquake. Talk about that.
It's a lot of similarities. Whenever you have these type of natural disasters, obviously clean water becomes an issue, but the days following, when the temperatures are still high and those waterborne diseases start, it's just that smell, and it's the sanitation that becomes a problem. And you don't have electricity to be able to pump water out. Many of the communities that I was able to go in and find are on water wells. They don't even have the traditional community water sources. And so you can just imagine with the sewage overruns and all of those things, you have babies and kids out there that you're trying to clean up. You have no electricity. The power grids are shut down, and half of your communities are still underwater. And so it's a real crisis, and I think it's one that's widespread and really requires the church and the communities to start to get back and start to be more hands-on. We can't just depend on government to help in such a widespread crisis that we're seeing right now. And so I think it's a call for all Floridians. I know I live on the other side of Florida, and I got to be honest with you, I wish there were more people driving across the state coming to help our good folks in need.
I was going to ask you, what can people do to help? I mean, this was a very wide swath. This hurricane was, it was a deadly hurricane, as we've reported already, but it also was a very destructive hurricane. We talked about the cost. We've talked about rebuilding, trying to get the lights back on, gasoline. But if anybody's watching on there and wants to do something, what can they do?
They can help organizations like mine, the Jack Brewer Foundation. We are on the ground. We actually just helped deliver one of the first over 9,000 gallons of gasoline to a community called Arcadia, spots where people just don't go and haven't gotten yet. Governor DeSantis has 42,000 linemen deployed trying to get this power back on, but it's time to everything. And so organizations, small, nimble organizations like ours that are actually delivering the food, delivering the clean water, bringing, the gasoline and resources into the pockets that you don't see on TV traditionally. That's what needs to happen right now. And so I just encourage everyone to stay in prayer, because right now God's talking to this nation, and I think we can all do a little bit more. But stay in prayer and support the small organizations as well.
Well, we here at Fox donated to the American Red Cross. Everybody has the charities that they love, of course, but we here at our company believe that we could do the best work on our behalf through the American Red Cross. Jack Brewer, thank you very much. It's great to have you here.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
It's good to see you, Jack.